Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd show you our gym room, which is also the pain cave. Okay, we'll just enter here now. This used to be our daughter's bedroom, and when she left, well, it was become empty, and then what would be more better and suited than setting up a bike room / running gym centre. I'll just take you around the room just to show you what our setup is. We currently run 2 TVs. There's always a grab for the big one. First in, first serve goes there, I reckon. We run 2 Apples TVs, so they connect to the 2 smart trainers. We've got the Kicker 18. That was our second one we bought. First one was the Tax Neo. I can't really pick between them. I'd say, if anything, the Tax Neo, being the older machine, is not probably quite as smooth as the Kicker, but the actual wattage, both of them are pretty identical, and that's what you expect when you're paying that sort of money for smart trainers. Okay, I'll take you around the room and just show other parts. Because we're limited for space, I found this item called the knob, which goes onto the wall to hang the bikes up, and it really makes very good space for your bike and easy access to get off when you want to set it up. We go over to Sarah's bike. She's got the Cannondale. Once again, it's in the corner tucked away, away from everything, so that works well as good. This is our latest purchase. This was just bought prior to the isolation lockdown occurring, and after we bought this, you couldn't buy a treadmill anywhere. There was a rush. This was a second-hand one, which we paid $500 for. And it was a unit that was hardly used. And I'll just take you up aboard. And it's running sweet as. And as winter's approaching in Adelaide, this is going to get used more and more. Although I think Sarah's already done close to 400 kilometres on it already, and probably only had it for a couple of months now. With the treadmill, because it's not smart compatible to Zwift, we're using what's called a track meter, which is currently under the treadmill. But if I lift up here, you can see this flashing item. That's reporting speed. Oh, that wasn't my toe. Which goes to the Zwift, and once it was calibrated, we're finding that, well, Sarah did a run up to 5Ks, and it was only out by about 10 seconds over that whole time, that's pretty accurate. So that's there. I'll also take you around the room to our little knickknacks. We've got our Swanee there with our feed bag as we ride through. We have our bin, which we use to put our towels and fresh towels in there, which, yeah, there's one there for me today. Okay, going across. Oh, I'll just mention the fans, okay. One thing I find with the indoor cycling is that I sweat so much indoor compared to outdoor, and I reckon that makes your performance reduce. So after researching and that, we bought one fan. So when we both were riding, we need another one, so I bought another one. But I also find having one at the back, so that makes 3, work really well. And plus we've got one above, which you can just see there. But the secret then is, how do you turn them on Sometimes if it's a cold day and it's just ridiculously cold when you start, you'd like to warm up a bit first, and if you haven't got that chance and you're jumping onto a Zwift event which is coming up, I thought, well, one way around that is if we could get a remote device that would then turn the fans on when you're ready. So what we've in fact done is, it's an R-Link. I bought a set of 4, and I'm just coming in on it down there now. So that one there will activate the whole power system. So that'll light up our, whether we're using the 2 smart trainers, but it won't turn the fans on. And I'll go behind the TV set here where we've got the dashboard there. We've got 2 more of these R-Link remotes. And we'll just whiz over to the remote there. So I can be riding and say warming up for 10 minutes and starting to feel hot. I can press the on button, or let's light it up now and just show what I mean. Okay, so I've turned on the power setup. Now I want to turn on the fan, so I'm in my position on my bike, which would be here. I hit the button and all 3 fans are going now. As you can see by the tissue box glowing, and we've got instant cool. I go to the remote again, I press speed and bang, they're all off. So don't have to get off my bike, it's all there. This R-Link, I think it costs about $30 Australian, controls everything there. In fact, it just turns on the TV up there as well for setting up for the Zwift. Yeah, great purchase. Talking about another purchase we made, when you can see as I come in on this ironing board, and you probably think, what the hell is that doing there? Well, because we've got limited space between bikes and you want to put your food, your drink bottles, well, for $14 at Kmart, I thought this was a pretty good buy, and it just keeps everything tidy. You can fold up, put away. Like I said, we've got our tissue box and we've got our wipe down for the bikes to keep them nice and clean after use. Okay, I've got a couple of chairs which I like to call the DS chairs. This is the one I might sit in when Sarah's doing a race, and I can give some encouragement or scream out instructions, whether it be what it be. So yeah, that's my seat. Or we like the purchase of that one. That was $60. We bought these, and they're beach chairs. I think they can lie down, but very, very comfortable. And I'm just going across here. This is what we call wobbler. It's a mechanic vibrating machine where we use for with sore legs. It just seems to take a bit of the soreness out, and I'll demonstrate how this works. If I get my remote. Okay, switch her on. Okay, right, fire up, and we jump on now, and you can hear it's knocking me around a bit, but gee whiz, it's good on the legs. You can see getting a nice old workout there, and we generally jump on this for about 10 minutes, sometimes before an event, just loosen up the legs a bit, and sometimes after, just to shake it out a bit. We've had this, I reckon, for about 5-6 years. I think we paid about $120 Australian. I think it came from China, and it's run a treat, never missed, and just sits nice and quietly in the corner here. Okay, oh, that's a minute gone, so There we go, normally do about 10 minutes there. All right, I'll just take you around the wall there. Just a couple of our pictures. That's little Maggie. We lost her about 2 years ago. She was a dackie. She was about 9 years of age, but got crook, but gee, very loyal lap dog. They like sitting on your laps, and yeah, we miss her dearly. Okay, next, good little photos, or a bit of a collaboration or whatever of a number of things. But this main picture was in Victoria, Bright, where it's based at. It's the Alpine Classic. It's a 200 kilometres, which was supposedly Australia's hardest non-race. You can race it if you like. This year I did, that was 2002. I took 8 hours 33 minutes. That included probably about 30 minutes of stoppage. And after that event, I couldn't even get off my bike. I literally just fell to the ground. And I said, no way I'll ever do this again. 2 years later, went back, and the second time did 7 hours and 15, I think it was, in that area. But that time I would have stopped in about 10 minutes only. So yeah, once again, when I finished, never going to do it again, and I haven't today. So although they've actually made it harder now because it's a 250, it goes through Falls Creek, Victoria, back, goes over to Wonga Gap first, which is a climb of about 980 metres, drops into Mount Beauty, then goes up to Falls Creek, which is about 1,500 odd metres above sea level, comes back over to Wonga Gap the other side, back through Bright, and then up to out of town to Mount Buffalo, which is about 1,500 metres again. So about 4,000 metres of climbing. And every time I sort of look at this, I have a bit of a chuckle because we had some friends over, and this girl was carrying, she just had a baby, that's right. And we're talking about the cycling and the Alpine Classic, and I said, well, yeah, after doing that event, it's definitely, I'd compare it to childbirth. And I got slammed and shamed, and how can you say that? And I came back and I said, well, how long did your labour last? And she said, oh, it was 5 hours. And I said, well, here you go. Mine took 8 hours and 33. So yeah, I've got you. Wasn't received too well, that one. Okay, moving across. This is one that a lot of people will probably wonder why I've got on the wall. Yeah, well, my son bought this home from a friend of his who didn't want it. Couldn't give it away anywhere. I, like a lot of people, probably disillusioned with the whole cycling at the time, and but sort of, you know, thinking about it after was, unfortunately, the whole period was tainted. I don't think we'll ever see anyone ever win 7 Tour de France again. I can also remember watching Floyd Landis, which today would be the best thing I reckon I've ever seen, until we found out what happened there. Even our own Stuart O'Grady from Adelaide, you know, hearing the stories there where he was coming out of contract, there was guys around him that he knew he could beat were just starting to smash him, and unfortunately these are the pressures of young riders, and we can only hope, and there's things that are going on now to clean the sport up, and yeah. So Lance is up there, and anyway, it takes up a fair bit of room space, so that's another thing. Okay, we've got some more bags which we collect during the Tour Down Under in Adelaide. It's an event in January. It's one of the first events for the year. We did get to have the Tour Down Under this year, but virtually that was one of the last events. And you can see the bags which I've collected over the years. Probably about 20 bags. It's just every time you seem to know the spots to be, and hopefully, yes. So yeah, so that's the Pain Cave, and if anyone's got any questions, you can leave down below. But yeah, until we see you again, thank you very much. Bye.